الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه من اهتدى بهداه. علمنا اللهم ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما اللهم آمين. Tonight, as usually, every Sunday, we have Q&A. You can ask anything. Even in mathematics, I can answer you, no problem. But if you want to ask about the traveling, ask Brother Amran. He worked with Al-Ittihad. It is good news. This is the first time that, the Ittihad airline, خلاص, they started here since March 20th. MashaAllah. He's a supervisor, or what you call it? Station manager, MashaAllah. Anybody want to travel overseas? He will take care, inshallah. Anybody want to have a question?
I have two questions.
Two questions, one by one. Buy one, get one for free. Go ahead.
It is allowed the wife to ask divorce from her husband if he remarried?
It's a good question. Let me re-ask it and tell me if what I understood is correct. A husband and wife. And the wife asks her husband to divorce her. Is this your question?
No.
What's your question?
He told her, I want to marry a second woman.
I want to marry a second
He
woman.
said, you can go for second, third, fourth, up to you, no problem. But let me go. I cannot stand it.
Oh. This is a hard question. Difficult, complicated question.
This is Islamic human right
To do what?
to ask for the divorce.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know? How come? What's the proof of this?
It was done. I asked you, not him. All my respect.
Let me tell you. Now, listen. Before I answer the question, I want to tell you that some area in the fiqh, narrow area, not maybe 10%, 15%, more or less, but a small, narrow area in the fiqh. Welcome back, Brother Ahmad. Where's the other Ahmad? Safar? There is narrow area, small percentage in our fiqh, in our ahkam, a change or related to some community, some area, especially for Muslims living in non-Muslim country. And what they call it this time, fiqh al-aqaliyat, if you heard about this terminology. The fiqh related to the Muslim minority. There is some narrow area, not in everything. Okay, why I started with this, to tell you that we are living in a non-Muslim country that legally you cannot marry more than one wife, right? Legally, you cannot marry more than one wife. In America here, a non-Muslim country. Back to your question. Let us answer the question from the Islamic perspective, in absolute meaning, بالمعنى المتجرد. Not related to zaman, not related to makan. You say zaman and makan. And at the time, zaman, centuries, or areas. Is okay, or it is permissible? The question, it is permissible or is permissible for the wife if she knows that her husband married another wife. It is enough reason Islamically for her to ask for divorce. This is a question بالمعنى المتجرد in general. The answer is no. بالمعنى المتجرد. I'm not saying now case by case. Again, is not enough reason for the wife to ask her husband for divorce because he married a second wife.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But here, another thing also I'd like to say, I want to say it very quick. It's not good for the husband to marry secretly or to marry a second wife without telling her. It's not good. It is a condition? No. Can the husband marry a second wife without telling her his wife? Absolutely right. But I don't recommend this. Marrying secretly is not good.
Yeah, but it's lawful.
It's lawful as long as you follow the conditions of marriage in Islam. Wali, shuhud, mahr, qabul, ijab, all these conditions. If these conditions are there. So again, is not enough reason for the wife to to ask. Otherwise, if we say yes, it is enough reason for every wife to ask for divorce. What the meaning of al-ayah in this case? Mathna wa thulatha wa ruba'. And we cannot have no practical any answer, or there is no application of this verse in Mathna wa thulatha wa ruba'. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said is allowed to marry 2 or 3 or 4. If we give the wife the full right to divorce after that, what is the meaning of the ayah in this case? Now, before I come to you, now we go to the case by case. If the case of a wife, zawja, if she cannot fulfill her duty with her husband, if he married a second wife, okay, if she found herself, regarding the reason, could be out of jealousy, very jealous, could be, or any other reason, stop her fulfilling her duty toward the husband, in this case, I believe is okay. And what is my proof? I want to mention my proof. Do you know the first khula happened in Islam?
Yeah.
The first khula.
About the garden. About the garden.
هذا garden هذه result هذا. I want to tell you what was the reason. The reason.
Yeah.
The dowry, it is result. The result is not my subject. But what was her reason to ask?
Her husband is short.
Regardless, but what she told Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
أكره الكفر في الإسلام.
She told him, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we became Muslim. All the Sahaba became Muslim, right? Very few Sahaba, the youngest Sahaba, were born as Muslim. Like who? Who can give me example? Abdullah ibn Zubayr. فيك تقول عبد الله بن عباس because very young one يعني Islam, right? But I'm talking about the majority of Sahaba were born as non-Muslim. Abu Bakr Siddiq, right? Umar, Uthman, all these great Sahaba. So this lady, Zawjat Qais, she accepted Islam. Why? To save herself from hell, from fire, to go to Jannah. She said, Ya Rasulullah, I became a Muslim to save myself from hell and to go to Jannah. I ran away from kufr. If I stay with my husband, I'm going to commit kufr again. But what type of kufr? I'm telling you what type of kufr. And I'm going to hell. I became Muslim to save myself from hell. I'm going to end to hell if I stay with him. What that means? She's not going to fulfill the right. She cannot obey him. She saw herself different. She saw herself more knowledgeable, for example, more beauty, etc. She cannot fulfill her duty toward him. And what An-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, if the woman does not fulfill her duty, this type of kufr. When he said that, and Nabi saw in another hadith, they asked, Ya Rasulullah, we are Muslims, we are believers, how come you accuse us as kufr? قال فإن كنا تكفرنا العشير مش تكفرنا بالله. You are not committing kufr in Allah. You are committing kufr toward your husband. And what kufr means linguistically? Who knows? Linguistically. Denying. And the cover. Denying. Is there any occasion tonight?
It's a Mother Day.
Mother Day? Okay. Masakin, wallah, the non-Muslims. They celebrate the Mother Day one day a year. You have to celebrate it every day. You have to do your duty every day, not only once a day. A year, sorry. Anyway, back. So this second wife, if she said, I cannot fulfill my duty, I'm so jealous, I cannot. Plus, I want to give you one more proof. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Al-Imam Ali, the cousin of Rasulullah, the husband of Fatima, he was about to marry a second wife. Regardless who was this lady. Who was this lady? Who remember? The daughter of Abu Jahl. She was a Muslimah, but she was the daughter of Abu Jahl. Okay? When Fatima radiallahu anha heard, she complained to her father. She said, Ya Rasulullah, you want to marry a second wife. Who is she? The daughter of Abu Jahl. Do you know Abu Jahl? Amr ibn Hisham? فرعون هذه الأمة. هلا ما ذنبها يعني. She's not guilty. She was a Muslimah. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked Ali to come. He said, are you going to marry another wife? He said, yes. He says, Wallahi, you're not going to combine the daughter of Rasulullah with the daughter of Aduwullah. Do you know Aduwullah, the enemy of Allah? And you are not going to combine between the daughter of Rasulullah with the daughter of the enemy of Allah. And he stopped him. He stopped him. And some scholars, they explained some details. Do you know the co-wives? Co-wives. Most of the time, they don't have good relationship, right? And sometimes they insult each other. Ya bint kaza, right? If this co-wife insulted Fatima radiallahu anha, saying you are the daughter of such and such, who is the father? It's a Rasul. If somebody insulted the Rasul, is he Muslim? Cannot be Muslim. Some scholars said this is exception with Ali, as long as Fatima was alive. But after Fatima died, when Fatima radiallahu anha died, after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in 6 what? Months, not years. Months, 6 months. Ali radiallahu anhu, he married somebody else after that. But the question, all this proves, if you bring it together, I believe if the wife cannot support to be a co-wife because she's not, if she is truthful with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of this reason, I cannot give you your right. In this case, you have to choose to stay with the previous love or with the new love. It's your decision after that.
Well, this is from the woman, the wife's side. His side,
Okay.
he said, my wife is okay, she's good, she's doing all the jobs, but I'm in love with the second woman. I want to go halal. Wait with her. شريعتنا السمحة تسمح لذلك.
In this case, do you know what I advise this man? To ask the second wife, or the second lady before she became a wife. Listen, are you okay if I want to marry a third one? Take it from me. Ask her this question. If she said yes, Go ahead. Why? Because indeed, it's not going to be third wife. It's going to be second wife. Why? Because if the first wife asks for divorce, now you end up with one. If you want a two, so already you got what? The approval before the marriage. You got the approval before the marriage. So I ask you, if I'm married third one, you said yes. So the first wife, she divorced, asked divorce. She's not my wife anymore. Now I want two. Because some husband, some men, I don't know, like Keshuf or somebody else, they need more than one wife. Subhanallah. And they want to do it in halal. Go ahead.
So, Sheikh, when you answered the question in generality, like in general, you said no, and then when you explained, you said it's not enough reason. Why there is like zero validity for the reason at all?
No. Let me rephrase it. The problem is when non-English speaker speak in English, maybe cannot express the right, and sometimes there is accurate meaning. If we said marrying from second wife is enough reason for the wife to ask for divorce, nobody will stay with two wives. Did you get that point? Not marrying the second wife itself is enough reason for the first wife to say, "Khalas, I don't want. I want to ask for divorce."
When you say
But women are the same.
no, but when you say enough reason, and we are talking,
I said it's not enough reason Islamically.
and we are talking in general, like generally.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say not enough reason, that means there is some validity for the reason to ask for divorce, but she has no reason, no valid reason at all.
This is your opinion? You said there is no reason?
I mean, she cannot ask for divorce. The validity for the ground for divorce
So let me explain more.
does not exist.
If the first wife is okay, she's not too jealousy. She's not too jealousy. She doesn't mind. Why not? Wallahi, I swear by Allah, in the Bayt of Allah, there is cases, I know. The first wife asked the husband to go and marry the second wife. She asked,
Right.
right? She asked. And one of them, there is at least one case, she said, I found a second wife for my husband. There is some, and the ladies or wives are not the same.
Right. In practice.
From here, I said, again, I'm still insisting, and marrying a second wife is not Islamically enough reason for her to say, to ask for divorce. But only if she is too jealousy, cannot support. If she's not jealousy, that's fine.
Separate issue. Jealousy is a
Sheikh,
separate
but not all of them are jealous. Let's put it that way.
Jealousy is there, no doubt. Any woman is jealous, but the density, if you want to say, or the percentage of is different from. I told you there are some women they ask here in this city. They said they don't
The
want.
reason I'm asking question is there is a hadith of Prophet Sallallahu that says a woman who takes khula without any valid reason, she will never enter Jannah or even.
This is the why I said the first opinion, because An-Nabi alayhi salam said in authentic hadith, أيما امرأة سألت زوجها الطلاق لا ترح رائحة الجنة. It's dangerous. من غير بأس. What the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, من غير بأس, highlighted. If a wife asks her husband for divorce without a valid reason, she's not going to go in Jannah.
So that's what we are talking about, validity of the reason.
So the validity of the first khul in Islam, she said, I became a Muslim to save myself from hell. If I stay with him, he's going to hell again. I'm going to hell again because I cannot obey him. I cannot fulfill his duty or my duty toward him. So she knows that if she's staying with him, he's going to hell. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, what he gave you as a dowry? She said, a garden. Said, Ataruddin alayhi hadiqa? Are you ready to give him back this garden? He said, of course. And some narration said, waziyada. What ziyada means? Extra. And Malikiya, you are Maliki. Said, if he asks for more, she has to pay him. Only Malikiya. The Jumhur, they said no, whatever he gave, he get back.
Okay, in this case, I'm sorry. In this case, he loved his wife. He's good. He want to marry second woman because
He need to do.
yeah. She will tell him, well, Rasulullah ﷺ, he have 13 wives and the Sahaba have 2 and 3 and 4. She will tell him, yes, Rasulullah, I'm the companion. You are not qualified to be one. So if I want to go to the brain, the understanding, the level of the woman, the wife, whatever is that, I will not end. When he said la ba's, who define what kind of the reason? Not she. If a woman comes straight to you and she told you divorce me from my wife, I find out he is married on me, what you gonna do?
Me?
Yeah.
Because, by the way, maybe some people they have wrong perspective or idea about al-khula. They thought that al-khula, the wife go to the court, you say khalatuka. Do you know what khalatuka? I give you khula. It's not like that. Al-khula is a mutual agreement between both. In this case, I'll bring the husband. I'll ask him. She asked for divorce. If he said, I cannot, nobody can divorce your wife. No need to do the same mistake that somebody did before. They went to the sheikh and he divorced her from her husband. I cannot do that. Only in one case in the Islamic court, يسمى فسخ العقد. Cannot. I divorce you from your wife. Who are you to do so? You cannot. Al-khula is a mutual agreement between both. Especially, she has to pay him the deferred dowry or some stuff. Al-khulu ala iwad. You know what iwad? Badal. That is something she has to give. Okay, to get the khula. Without husband cannot get khula. You need to know that. Without the husband. It's not khala'atuka. Nothing called khala'atuka. So the point is, if he said, no, I don't want to divorce I have no authority to perform this divorce.
But it happened in America.
And that's wrong. Because do you know why it happened? Do you know why? Because some imams, they thought themselves as a judge. You're not judge. I'm not a judge. I'm an imam. Do you know, to get a judge, the position of judge, or the power of the judge, the whole community, they have to vote for you. We appointed you, the majority of Muslim community appointed you to be our judge. If they did not do that, I'm not a judge, I'm imam only. And that happened in many masajid. Unfortunately, they do it. I don't want to mention names or city or state. Once I received, I performed the nikah here. After 1 week, I received a call from a sheikh in different city. Said, did you perform this marriage? I said, I don't know. Many people, let me find out. I said, yes. Said, I am her wali. How come you give her, let her marry her with somebody else without my permission? I said, Sheikh, are you her father? No. Are you her brother? No. Are you her uncle? No. Are you her cousin? No. Are you her nephew? No. How come you are her wali? Do you know what wali means? By blood. Wali cannot be by appointing. You are not her wali. You were her wakil in a specific case. So differences between wali, by blood, and wakil, she can appoint if she doesn't have a Muslim wali, because wali has a power. And among the wali, all I mentioned, if the father is there, nobody has wilaya but the father, if the father is alive. If not, then the oldest son, the youngest, brother, or her son also can be, if he's older than 18, etc. So the point I'm coming to you, same thing. I'm imam. So what? You are regular Muslim. Only you can give khutbah and give or lead the prayer and give dars. And if you want to perform nikah, you perform it with the conditions with her wali. Not you. You are not wali. Alhamdulillah, but he accepted. He did not know. He thought that wakil forever. No, because she's a new Muslim. She asked me to her, you are a wakil. A wakil for a specific task. خلص التاسك, done. Task end, خلاص, no wakil anymore. You performed her nikah, done. انتهت. Your ولاية انتهت. كفالة, wakil, وكالة. That's not. Same thing. Al-Imam is not a judge. Take it from me. And you know what happened in Andalus, right? And al-ulama at that time in the east, in Morocco, in Egypt, in Baghdad, Syria, they used to receive questions from Muslims left over there. We are living in a non-Muslim country. What we should do, we are a minority now. They answer their questions. If there is 1,000 people living in this Ashbiliya, or 1,000 people, if these people appointed the most knowledgeable one among them and appointed him, they by vote appointed them or voluntarily, willingly, you are our judge. Because they said Muslim community, regardless how small they are, should not live without a judge. They have to appoint a judge from among themselves. But as long as they did not vote for you or give you pledge or bay'ah, or not bay'ah for to be amir, to be a judge, to judge between them, you are not a judge. Yeah. Sorry, one more thing I want to clarify. If you judge between two Muslims here in ICC, in Masjid al-Tawbah here, what type of power I have? Maybe he doesn't care about my judgment. He will go to other masjid, to other imam, right? If they do so, do I have any power over them? No. There are many imams in the same city. What power I have? They will leave and go to other, okay, we don't like what Sheikh Bassam judged between us, give us another judgment. If they don't like it, we go to here and there. No, we are not judges. Yes. And if listen, there is. I'm talking about. Listen to the approach. Any imam is not a judge, but if two people, regardless men and women, or two men in business, they come to me and they wrote a piece of paper that they accepted to hire me, appoint me with money or without money to judge between them as arbitrator. And both they signed, and this is a different story. I'm not talking about this case. I'm talking about the imam is not a judge. It's different. Did you get it? But if they come to me, you remember when we did with Abed, in this case, your judgment will go to the court. And the judge in the court, you know what happened with Abed and his partnership. Okay. It is different case, a different story. But the imam, as imam, is not a judge. Yes.
Going back to the original question about the validity for asking divorce just because her husband is marrying another one. If we give any validity to this reason, then we are also giving her validity to disagree with the ayah of Quran that marry 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. That is very dangerous.
That's what happened at the time of Rasulullah. And Nabi accepted her reason. She did not oppose the al-ayah. She said, I cannot stay with my husband.
Right, but she did not ask for divorce because he wanted to marry another one. But this woman...
Regardless, she cannot fulfill her duty.
Right, that is a different reason. But this reason is she is fine with her husband is fine with her, but now she's only asking divorce because he's marrying another wife.
Because she's too jealousy.
I don't know if it is...
She's too jealousy. What? She's responsible for her decision. Yes.
Some places they have Qadi court.
Qadi what?
Qadi court.
Court.
Yeah.
And here or back home?
Back home, like in Kenya, the government is like here. But the Muslims, they have their own Qadi court. Like marriage affairs and all that stuff.
In America?
No, back home. they have their Muslims living in the country.
System, more system, Islamic system, yeah.
Yeah, they have their own radicals. So if someone, the husband, does not feed his wife, he doesn't come see her, he doesn't do his own duties, and then the father of
The wife.
the wife or the wife is herself go there, and the husband say, "Oh, that's my wife. I'm not going to divorce her." Or when he was told to come,
I don't know if that stopped. Okay. Now we are going from case to case.
I didn't finish.
Okay.
The qadi will call them, and some of them they refuse to come.
Still, you are talking back home.
Yes,
Hmm.
they refuse to come. They say that's my wife, and they refuse to come. And then the qadi, after they wait maybe 3 months, qadi will
Do فسخ العقد.
fassal.
Annulment, annulment اسمه?
Even if the husband refused to come and do it.
It's not up to him. The judge has the power.
Okay.
Definitely has a power. This case faced us here in America in many cases. Back home is easy. Why? Because the government appointed this scholar to be a judge. خلاص, he's a judge. The judge is super powered. The judge has strong power. This is the difference between judge and mufti. It's not fatwa. Fatwa, take it or leave it. This is mufti. But judge, no, take it or leave it. It's mandatory. Back home, whatever the judge came to conclusion or decision is mandatory. Now, even the husband said, I'm not going to divorce. It's not up to you. Done. Because يسمى هذا الطلاق للضرر ولا تضارهن ليضيق عليهن. هذا يسمى الطلاق للضرر. Because ما معنى الضرر؟ Harmship. Because he's causing harm. He's not living with her. He's not spending on her. He's not. He does hajarha for years. It's not a marriage. So the qadi has that absolute reason to divorce, to make this annulment for the marriage, especially if he refused to come and يمثل أمام القاضي. He refused to come to the court. But this case, when we face us here in America, as imam, I cannot do that. Unfortunately, some imam does it, which is wrong. He cannot. But what we used to do, which, do you remember what CIC? Remember CIC? Who remembers CIC? Sheikh Adli, Sheikh Bayanuni, Carolina's Imam Council from North and South Carolina. Sometimes we are 15 imams from both. Every 3 months we used to meet. We alternate between North Carolina and South Carolina. We used to face such a case. What we do, we collect all the information about the husband. And in 3 months, until we meet again, we try to contact him. And I remember one of the cases, the husband was overseas. Because this lady comes, he said, my husband disappeared. We don't know where is he. Give us any information about him, his name, his phone number, his etc. And we try our best. Sometimes we find them, sometimes not. If we find them, we talk to them, to the husband, and we ask him to come. Some of them they did, some of them we couldn't find. So we wait until the 3 months end and we meet again. We evaluate the situation. Then the next 3 months, the next meeting, we should take a decision. Alhamdulillah. Either the husband will cooperate and we find a reason. Either we make the divorce or reconciliation. And if we cannot find anything in 6 months, Now, these 5 imams, 6 imams, more and less, not one imam, we play the role of judge after we did our best to contact his husband. Because it's not right for a wife stay years. She doesn't know anything about her husband. She's not sleeping with her and in the same house. He's not taking care about her. He's not spending. He's not. ربنا عز وجل قال من فضل الله بعضهم على وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. If he's not spending on her, she has full right to ask for divorce. So in this case, this group of imam, we used to do the fasakh al-aqd, annulment of the marriage.
Like he's supposed to be in the prison, for example, 5 years, 10 years.
لا, if he's in the prison, we know what is he. It's up to her to stay or not, to be patient or not. Many of them, they stay. They prefer to
She has
be
the
patient.
right to ask for divorce.
Yes. Especially if you're staying for 20 years, 15 years, 30 years. Some of them, they stay like that. Huh?
What about his crime? The reason he went to jail?
الله أعلم.
حكم مفقود.
هو هذا نفسه.
حرب مفقود.
نفس الشيء.
لا هو أسير ولا هو ميت.
سوريا من قبل الحرب كان عندهم مفقودين كثير من ايام الاب والابن والعياذ بالله. يعني
سؤال شيخ خارج الموضوع. زواج المتعة المخالفين يقولون التحريم اجى من سيدنا عمر بن الخطاب وليس من الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام. كيف؟
المشكله المخالفين هدول ما عندهم علم، ما في نوليج. بايش بدك تفهمون؟ بس احنا بنجاوب كاهل السنه شو بنجاوب على السؤال. He asked about زواج المتعه. If anybody doesn't know what متعه marriage? لا زواج متعه. Everybody knows what زواج متعه. The temporary marriage. These people, maybe not only Shia, maybe some Muslims, they claim that زواج المتعه يعني عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه forbade زواج المتعه not رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is lie. Ignorance and lie. هذا جهل وكذب وافتراء. Listen what عبد الله بن عباس اللي بيعظموه الشيعة شو بتقول، هو إمامنا يعني صحابي جليل رضي الله عنه. And علي بن أبي طالب himself رضي الله عنه. حرم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم زواج المتعة ولحوم الحمر الأهلية بعد خيبر. معركة خيبر. Which year معركة خيبر؟ بعد فتح مكة. الأيد حتى كمان في الأيد في نفس السنة. Unless somebody Google خيبر which year. After Khaybar, the Prophet ﷺ, while he was coming back from Khaybar to Al-Madinah, is long distance. Do you know, they walk at day and camping at night. When they camp and they slaughter donkeys, not zebra donkeys, and they put the meat of the donkeys in the pots on the fire. So An-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Ikfa'u al-qudur, kubbu, throw out all the meat. From today, Allah forbade upon Muslims to eat the meat of the donkeys and forbade zawaj al-mut'ah. These two things became haram on the same time. At Khaybar, which year did you find? Which year Khaybar? 7th, يعني before فتح مكة. مش بعدها, before فتح مكة. تبوك هي اللي بعد. So النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم forbade زواج المتعة. And when Umar ibn Khattab رضي الله عنه was Khalifa and he performed Hajj, he climbed the minbar in Kaaba and he confirmed تحريم زواج المتعة على تحريم رسول الله. He confirmed it. He did not. يعني did he say it? Of course. But he did not forbid. هي ما بيطلع له لا عمر ولا غيره لأنه يحرم. It's not the business. He confirmed. He reminded the Muslim that what Rasulullah ﷺ did or said or forbade.
ثم يقولون يعني هو كان حلال ثم حرم ثم حلل ثم حرم في عهد عمر.
مر بمرحلة لأنه أصلا what was the purpose or permissibility or reason? الغزو, they used to stay a long time far away, sometime 2 months. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم at the beginning and you know there is something يسمى التدرج في التشريع. تشريع gradually like الخمر and many other أحكام يعني استقرت يعني it was difficult then become easy or it was easy become يعني okay then become haram يعني that's obvious with the community. And for example, Muslims living in Mecca, the circumstance over there is the same. It is the same in Medina? No. At the beginning of Al-Madinah, beginning of Hijrah, is the same like 10 years later? No. So this is يعني obvious. الله أعلم. اليوم الصلاة على 10 9:45.
What about misyar and how it is different from muta?
Good question. في حدا هون related?
No.
Different question? Wait. He said, how about al-misyar? It is the same of mut'a? No. Al-misyar completely different than mut'a. Al-mut'a, why is haram? Who can tell me why al-mut'a is haram?
Because there is way of divorce.
في مدة.
لأنه في مدة شوكولاتة. بسم الله أعطيها يا عمر. Because it has مدة. المدة what مدة يعني expiration date. يعني there is يعني time and temporary. Al-misyar is not. They call it al-misyar and I want to tell you why it is al-misyar. They call it al-misyar. Al-misyar is all the conditions of regular normal marriage is there. But why they call it misyar? Let's see why they call it misyar. Or what is the difference between regular marriage and misyar? مسيار من السير يعني من السيارة من السفر يعني وبعضهم قال مسيار من اليسار ما معنى اليسار ease from ease. What is the ease and what is the traveling in it? Somebody is businessman working, for example, I don't want to give example in America because maybe they accuse me that I'm encouraging to marry a second wife. I want to give you example in Saudi Arabia. Somebody is living in Jeddah, a businessman or not businessman, living in Jeddah. And he has a wife in Jeddah and children and work and friend and families. But still every month or every week or every 2 weeks, he needs to go to Riyadh, for example, another city. So he's going oftenly in basic regular base. And he needs to stay every month over there about 1 week. Every month he's traveling because of his work or his business or regardless. And he needs to stay over there about 1 week. Since I spend in every month 1 week there, I want to marry there. And he asked a lady, I want to marry you, but I'm not living here. And listen, my money is limited. I cannot give you in Saudi Arabia, you have to bring her 2 kilos of gold and not what, and also expensive. Saudi brothers told me, expensive gift to her mom, to her father, to her brother, to her sister. And over there, it costs you maybe 1 million riyal, and easy 1 million riyal. I cannot do all this. But if you accept me, I give you humble dowry. And I cannot do al-qasm. What al-qasm? مش al-qasam. Qasm بالسكون. يعني 1 night here, 1 night here. No, I'm living in Jeddah. I'm coming here only a few days, 5-6 days a month. Okay, do you accept this? I said, yes, I accept. And usually, who accept زواج المسيار. Old ladies عانس يسمى عرفت كيف؟ or divorced or widow يعني she need a husband to stay with. At least you say I'm married. I have a husband. I have man. I have a man to defend me and I have to live with. So she gave up some of her right willingly. She has to have a wali and witnesses and dowry, all the conditions. And not that only, if he dies, she inherited him. Or they registered in the court also. It's not orphy. And if she has children, he is their father. And you know, man, 100%. طيب, why? And the wife said, no problem, no need to stay every one night here. It happened with one of the Prophet's wife, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sauda bint Zuma. Sauda, when she became too old, she said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I want to stay as your wife in dunya and in Jannah. And I want to give up my night to Aisha. Anytime it's my night, go to Aisha. He make a deal. Or she made a deal with the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Nabi accepted. And she accepted. She's happy. And the husband happy. So to tell you what is the proof is no need to sleep one night here or not. Unless both are in the same city and you are living in the same city, you have to sleep one night here and one night here. Unless one of them said, no, it's okay. You can say 2 nights and 1 night. You can say the whole week and come only one day. It is based on their agreement. As long as both are in agreement, mutual agreement. You see the misyar? Yes, what is your question?
No, من ناحية
Assalamu
talking about istinja we're allowed to do water, stones, and extra. But now,
And what? The third one?
like the ahjar and the water and all stuff. But now we have a tissue.
الاستنجاء يتكلم عن الاستنجاء.
بعرف بس ما فهمت ايش الثالث عم يقول anything, right you said?
No, like ahjar or water. And then now we have tissue. Can we replace the makan al-ahjar, the tissue? Now we have tissue, we don't have ahjars. Even if you have water.
So what's the question?
Is it allowed to use the tissue? Like we have in the
And now you are asking me? How old are you?
40.
40. After 40 years, you ask if it's allowed to use the tissues in the bathroom?
No. Like you have the water, just the tissue.
Listen to this.
اذا مو موجود المي قصدي.
No, even if the water is there.
The water is there.
Even the water. Listen to this. Back to original hukum. Let us discuss it from fiqh point of view. Not traditionally, not as tradition, fiqh point of view. If you have water and you have tissues only, first of all, let us answer the question. Tissues is allowed to use, no doubt, is better than stones or rocks, no doubt.
No. The reason I'm asking is the dalil of the Rasul said ahjar. He did not mention tissue. Can we replace?
Is allowed. This is your question.
Yes.
Is okay to replace tissues? Of course, وأرحم لك يعني الحجارة مصيبة يعني.
He's asking in presence of water. Asking in presence of water. He has water available.
I'm coming to that. Now he asks, is okay tissues instead of hijar? Do you know that the stone? Of course, yes, because tissues is better than hijar. Then when you go from low to high, no problem. But flow to lower is a problem. The second question, if tissues is available and water is available, listen to the question. Is it allowed to use tissues only? This is my question.
That's the question. Yes.
I'm not talking about what is the best. No. I said it is allowed, is it permissible to use tissues only without water?
Yes.
Absolutely yes.
That was the original question.
Absolutely yes. If you want to talk fiqh with the proofs, absolutely yes. Now, what is better? To use both. Start with tissues, then wash with water. And that's what people of Ahlu Quba, do you know Quba city? They used to do both, and many scholars, they said, في بيوت أذن الله ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه يعني يحبون أن يتطهروا أن يتطهروا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the people of Quba that they use both because they used to use water with stones. But for us, when you're traveling, driving, or if you want to use bathroom in the airport or gas station or station area, there is no water inside, right? If somebody asks, is enough? Yes, it's enough. Can I pray? Yes, as long as you're clean.
Hanafi fiqh says you have to wash with water before praying.
Before what?
If you use tissue, that is fine. But before praying, you have to wash with water and then make wudu.
By the way, Hanafi أكثر مذهب is easy with the najasa بالمناسبة يعني. The easiest madhab. And Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah, Al-Imam al-Nawawi, do you know Al-Majmu' inside, the book inside? Majmu' about 30 volumes. Imam al-Nawawi, he's Shafi'i, but in Al-Majmu' he wrote all the madhahib. Every time he say, I wish that Shafi'i madhab easy in najasa like Hanafi madhab. He said that. You know, in najasa, Hanafi is very tight, Shafi'i is tight, Hanafi is easy. When you come to Al-Awra, the easiest madhab in Awra is Maliki. Very easy. Well, Awra is Awra only. Al-Fakhr is not Awra, the leg is not Awra. Yeah, easiest madhab in Awra is Al-Maliki. From here, when you go to Hajj and you see the African ladies, everything is shown, subhanAllah. Because it's a little bit easier than others. Anyways.
I'm asking because some people there's no this bathroom, American bathroom, they don't have water. So people use the tissue when they come out, they don't pray, they look for water. And that's why I asked this question, that is the tissue.
It is a good case. If there is no water and he clean himself with and he doesn't pray. Why? Because there is no water. It's not an excuse. You have to pray.
And you have to use the add too.
You have to pray.
No, the numbers, the add numbers.
What? Yeah. It is different. Had details. This is details. But if somebody use tissues and he cleaned himself and he doesn't pray, why? Because there is no water. What? Is not enough reason to say not to pray. You have to pray because you're clean. No. This is tradition. Back home, because we use water, we think that without water you cannot pray. No, it's not true. It's not true. It's not enough reason. You have to pray. If there is water, you make wudu and pray. If not, make tayammum and pray. You have to pray because you are clean. So don't mix between tradition and fiqh and shara. Shara is enough. Allahu alam.
Related to the same, in the same area, that you remember that you prayed Salatul Dhuhr, for example, and you find out later on that there's najasa in your pants, in your, So what you repeat the salah or you just
if you found najasa on your pants after you pray al-Dhuhr, we need to ask a question before we give you an answer. When you think that you get this najasa, after the salat or before the salat?
No, he thinks that he have no najasa.
When you found by the salah, but when you found it, right? What you think that when you get it? If nothing happened between salat and until you find it, usually this najasa was before. But if something happened, maybe you went somewhere, you did something, you changed your babies. For example, if something happened, in this case, you don't need it because most likely This najasa came to you after you did this action. But if you did not do anything, and you find najasa, most likely you have it before as-salah. You have to clean it, wash it, or change the clothes, and you pray again.
Or you pray again.
Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he was Amir al-Mu'minin.
Before that. And in the airplane, you want to pray your time and time, or you combine safar or whatever it is. You will not feel comfortable that you will not get najasa. From so many people, they come and they be standing up, and you have to clean, and you have to do. You will not be 100% there.
In your chair, you're sitting in the airplane or airport?
In the airplane.
Airplane.
Yeah.
You are sitting in your chair.
Yeah, but you enter the bathroom, you don't know who used it before you.
No, that's type of waswasa, and you know.
It's obvious. Yeah.
No, try before you sit and to clean it, and there is many soap and many what's so called the sanitizer, tissues. Do your best, no problem. It's not an excuse not to pray. It's not an excuse because النجاسة, listen to the عبارة الفقهاء غير متحققة ولا يرفع اليقين بالشك. As long as you don't see real نجاسة جرم يسمى كمان بالفقه جرم للنجاسة يعني النجاسة الافتراضية is not enough to prevent you from prayer.
So Sheikh, going back to the Messiah, so now this guy has like no business need to travel back to Riyadh.
Regardless, I give you example, but could be.
Divorce because he has
Divorce?
ability to go
As he finished? If he finished?
like after 3 years he finished business in Riyadh, so he will not be going to Riyadh anymore. So can he just divorce his wife?
No, he give her the choice to come back with me or to divorce. If she pick the divorce, because maybe some cases, most of the case, by the way, she's working there, she's teacher, she cannot move. He said, okay, up to her. I mean. But he should not divorce her without consulting with her. It's better to offer her to come with him to other city. He said, no, my parents are here, my family, I want to stay, my children from previous marriage. Well, then the divorce, and mutual agreement. $9.45.
Sheikh Bassam, sometimes he told her that, nafaqa, for example. She said, I don't want nafaqa.
I'm like she gave up her nafaqa, right in nafaqa, her right in al-qasm, her right in the dowry, big dowry, يمكن small dowry, and yeah, no problem. Because usually I said, not all the time, they are teachers or they are working or stuff like that. She doesn't need, but she need the husband.
We should have a committee here
For Misyar.
النسوان في المدينة بيفنشوا.
يعني العقل الدنيوي انتهى. هل يجوز يحرم احدهم غسل؟
أنت حنفي يبدو. Only أحناف had a question. At the time of the death, if the husband died, is allowed for the wife to kiss his body or face, or to touch him or participate in his the Jumhur, Malikiya, Shafi'iyya, Hanabila, they said absolutely yes. Only Abu Hanifa and his madhab, he said death is divorce. And we don't, to my knowledge, there is no proof that death is divorce. Huh?
احد الاجلين شو هو الاجلين؟
وين جاءت الجملة هذه أحد الأجلين؟ قرآن موسى عليه السلام على الدوري قال أيما الأجلين قضيت، أي الأجلين؟ 10 سنين أو 8 سنين على أن تأجرني 8 حجج، فإن أتممت 10 صاروا أجلين في 8 سنين. الدوري تبع بنته, the dowry of the daughter, he asked for 8 years to work 8 years. هذا الأجل الأول. Then the father asked him and said, if you want to complete 10 years, this is the second أجل. ما له علاقة بالدوري هذا. So, al-wafat, death is not divorce. What is the proof? What Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha قالت لو استقبلت من أمري ما استدبرت ما غسل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إلا زوجاته. If I go back to the time, backward, I did not accept anyone to wash the body of Rasulullah but his wives. When he died, alayhi salam, how many wives he left? 9. The 9 wives should wash his body. And she had the right over Ali and Al-Abbas and everybody, the wives. If it is haram or divorce, she cannot. So the Ra'i al-Jumhur is more authentic, or is the authentic opinion. Allahu A'lam. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين وفقنا ما تحب وترضاه أصلح أحوالنا اغفر ذنوبنا استر عيوبنا اشف مرضانا ارحم موتانا يا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا موتا إلا عافيته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مظلوما إلا نصرته ولا مسلما ميتا إلا رحمته يا أرحم الراحمين
ولا متزوج الا زوجته.
ولا طالب زوجة إلا زوجته. اللهم احفظنا واحفظ أبنائنا وبناتنا ونساءنا وجميع المسلمين سلمنا في هذه البلاد من جميع شرور العباد إنك على كل شيء قدير جواب جدير صلى الله عليه وسلم محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
الكلام هذا؟
اه
في نساء بيسمعوا الكلام هذا؟
أي.